Hi everyone, I'm Sarah Ockwell-Smith. Welcome to my latest SOS parenting video. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about the idea of sleep cycles and why it's so important if you have a baby or a toddler or even a school-age child, why you shouldn't expect them to sleep through the night, and in fact that shouldn't be your goal. See, the thing is, we all sleep in cycles. Nobody, not you, not me, nobody, even before you had kids and you could sleep well, nobody has ever and will never sleep through the night. That's a complete misnomer. So nobody sleeps in solid chunks of 5, 6, 7, 8 hours of sleep. We all sleep in cycles. For adults, the sleep cycle is roughly around 90 to 120 minutes long. So an hour and a half to 2 hours, but averaging nearer to the hour and a half. What will happen when you go to sleep at night is you'll start off awake and relaxed, and then you'll go to a lighter sleep state, deeper sleep state, something called NREM sleep, or stage 1, 2, and 3 sleep. Then you go to a really deep, strange, what we call paradoxical sleep state. Paradox because your body is very still and your mind is very active. It's a state of dreaming known as rapid eye movement, or REM sleep. Then you have another little bit of NREM, or non-REM sleep, and then at the end you finish your sleep cycle. It's a bit like I always talk about a Monopoly board. So you've completed the board and now you've reached go. So a few things can happen here. Either you can go past go without stopping, and then what happens is you think you've slept through the night, or at least you think you've slept for a solid chunk of sleep because you don't remember waking up at the end of a sleep cycle. But the thing is, you still come up to a very light sleep state and almost awake, but then immediately you've started sleep again and you just don't remember that transition. Alternatively, you can remember the transition and you come to and you will properly awaken, but maybe there was nothing wrong and it was very easy to start a new sleep cycle. So you may have small snippets of being awake in the night, or maybe you don't remember, but maybe you've realised you've drunk some water or something. Then you've just easily started a new sleep cycle. Or maybe there was something wrong when you woke. Maybe you were too hot, too cold, in pain. Maybe you'd had a bad dream or something like that. Something that's caused a problem when you've woken. And because you're an adult, because you're mature, you can fix that problem. So you fix that problem by closing or opening a window, or doing some deep breathing, or taking some pain medication or something like that, and a new cycle begins again. Or maybe you've woke at the end of a sleep cycle and there's a problem, or you don't know what the problem is. There obviously is one because you're not sleeping, but you can't fix it and you can't start a new sleep cycle. So 4 different things that can happen. Now, for babies and toddlers, their sleep cycles are around about half the length of ours. They're much shorter because their brains and their sleep is still developing. So if we're talking a newborn baby, they've probably got a sleep cycle of 40 minutes. A 6-month-old, maybe 45, 50 minutes. A 1-year-old, maybe 60 minutes, but still they're shorter than ours. And if you think about the idea that they have more sleep than us because they have an earlier bedtime, say they average 10 hours sleep a night, they're going to have somewhere between 10 and 15 different sleep cycles. Whereas for an adult, if you aim for that all-inclusive 8 hours, you're going to have maybe 4 or 5 sleep cycles. So there's only 4 or 5 times that you can potentially awaken going past the go in the Monopoly board. But with a baby or a toddler, they're going through that, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 times. But they've had these 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 different blocks of sleep, and stitched together that makes up what we deem a night's sleep, but actually isn't. It's actually many, many individual completed sleep cycles. So aiming for them to sleep through the night will never happen, because you can't just go to sleep and wake up in the morning. You don't spend all night in sleep. What our real goal should be instead is to try to make sure that they connect as many sleep cycles as independently as possible. What we're really after is not them waking up, because that is entirely physiologically impossible. What we're after them doing is, whatever the issue is when they wake at the end of that 40 or 60 minute sleep cycle, that they have the tools and everything is perfect enough so that they can start a new sleep cycle without crying for us and us having to go in and pick them up or do anything else. So basically we want them to not self-soothe, because they can't self-soothe, and actually that's a whole other video that I'll be adding onto my YouTube channel. It just can't happen. It's physiologically and neurologically everything entirely impossible. But what we would like to do is to set them up in an environment where everything is great, everything is perfect, and we give them the most chance of possible of connecting that sleep cycle without us. If you'd like more hints and tips on that, it's in the new edition of my Gentle Sleep book. Do make sure that you get the book with the coloured stars on the front. If you get the book without the coloured stars, that's the old first edition, and it doesn't contain all the problem solving. It's a very different book. I updated it last year, and there's a whole heap more problem solving and things to do in there. So make sure you get the proper edition with the coloured stars. Little hint here, if it's on an eBay or a third-party seller on Amazon, it's going to be the old edition. So if you want to get it on Amazon, You can only get it from Amazon Direct. They're the only sellers on Amazon who actually have the new edition. But so as I say, this book has lots of tips, but also check out some of the other videos on my YouTube channel. And on that note, if you'd like to hit the subscribe button, I would really appreciate it. Thanks for joining. Bye.